Morning, everyone. Welcome back to my series, Find Your Career. And today I have a special guest, Mr. Vaibhav. He grew up in Agra and did all his schooling there. He stayed there until college, which took him to pursue a BTech in Computer Science and Engineering from the National Institute of Technology. Welcome, Mr. Vaibhav. Can I ask you to tell me a little bit about yourself?
Sure. Glad to be here and thanks for having me. So I'm Vaibhav. The one thing that I'm about to say is for everyone who's watching this, career and building career is a long journey. It's a series of decisions. And I was fortunate enough that I was able to pursue education and get to the right places. And that has built me up what I'm today. After pursuing my schooling and college, the thing that fascinated me, and this is, I'm talking about a decade or so back, is computers and computer science. And since then, everything that I've been doing is just how to hone that knowledge, how to hone technology to solve our everyday problems. And that basically makes me part of society, if I would say, makes me feel alive with whatever I'm doing is making sense in grand scheme of things. So yeah, been working across banks, food, logistics, e-commerce, social media. That's pretty much about me.
Thank you so much for that introduction. It was really great to hear. I am curious to know that out of all the career choices there are, what inspired you to go into computers?
So this goes back to a bit about how I was set up, right? So growing up, I did not really had access to computers till like very till I was in high school or so. And my brother used to study at that point of time. When he moved on to a job, the computer came at home. The first use of those computer was playing games. But while doing that, I just realized that I had this fascination of breaking things and making them. Doing that with hardware was so much tough. So computers, where it was all software, you can design, you can build anything that you want. That kind of made stuff very easy to take to. And from there it started, right? Just building a lot of stuff out there. My first program was like a library system, and it was back in high school that I tried to build out, and from there on it just took off. I realized till I would say very late years, even while I was in high school, I didn't have any aspiration to become a computer science engineer, to be very honest. It was just, something that is available. So yeah, that fascination grew from there, spending more time with computer, realizing the power that technology had at that point of time. Yeah, and then it just kind of stuck during the college, realizing learning more, led to, yeah, just developing my career in that lane.
Well, I find it really cool how passionate you're about this, and I'm just so interested in it. So I want to know a little bit more on how you prepared to enter into the profession.
Yeah, so one thing that worked out for me, and I was fortunate enough that I was able to get into a good college, but it not only stops there, right? Curiosity was a larger part of it. Even when some things like competitive exams, getting to the right place at the right time matters. The emphasis over here is that learning consistently, asking questions, practicing things that you love over and over again, becoming that master in one thing. That is what I think led me to where I am. I used to pursue whatever resources were available to me at any point of time. And like getting embarrassed about something that I was not able to understand never bothered me. So I was very curious, asked a lot of questions and kept on learning. And yeah, that's what led me to pursuing this profession further.
Well, I'm just finding it really cool how passionate you are, but like all the hard work and perseverance you have to put into this. So I really want to know if this was your first career choice.
Not by a mile. As I told you, like I didn't even know, what computer science is, what computers are to like very late years. I probably wanted to become CA at some point of time. I had this associate is chartered accountant in India, people who do all accounting and stuff. And I don't know why I had that career choice, to be very honest. I just heard somewhere that they do some really cool stuff. So I thought, okay, let's become a CA. I didn't know what they do. But it was only when, yeah, I reached late stages of my career, high school, and so on and so forth. That's when I realized that, okay, computer science is something that I find really cool. I'm very interested in, and I wouldn't get tired of. I won't get bored of. So that's where it led me to pursue this as something that I'm really, really interested about, and I can spend next couple of decades or so just learning more.
Well, I'm really glad you got to choose something you liked, even if you had a different career path in the beginning. So, when you look at it from hindsight, if someone wanted to enter your career today, what would you think would be the best major for them to take?
Um, I think a major shift has happened in which way the knowledge is imparted and consumed now. At my time, it was all through books, colleges, professors, and so on and so forth. And now I see that large amount of very good resources are actually existing online, right? Free YouTube channels, even like people are trying to do very bite-sized content creation in terms of reels, etc., and they're finding their way on YouTube, Instagram, and whatnot. So I feel first thing to understand is that college education is important to a sense that it not only gives you like knowledge that you need for building your career, but it also builds you up, grooms you to some extent to identify who you want to become as a personal, on a professional and personal level. In the 4 years of college that I did, my BTech, if I have to put it, only 1.5 years is what is required to do the degree. The rest of the time is just you creating a lot of connections, finding friends, finding your other passions, right? That, okay, it's good to pursue career, but what makes you feel alive, right? So coming back, I would say now in the age of AI that we are in, building stuff has become so much easy, right? And what it needs is setting up a goal for yourself, what you want to learn, and how and where is actually very easy. The knowledge has become democratized to a very large extent. So, yeah, still pursue college, still try to do your best, but that is not the end of the road, right? That just sets you up probably, to have more linear path, but there are so many other paths to do or build a lot of great stuff. Now, the only thing I would suggest is if you're passionate about something and you really want to learn something, don't let things go on autopilot. Plan yourself, be very disciplined about it. That, okay, this is my goal, this is what I want to learn. And even if you give that goal to AI today, it can give you very detailed steps how you can reach there. Be rigorous about it. Once you start pursuing something, give it your 100%, even more than that if you can. And it doesn't matter how you will reach point B from point A. Till the time you make sure you're moving in the right direction, you will do it.
Well, thank you so much for all that advice and just like seeing your demeanor and how cheerful it is. I actually do want to know if you have any like struggles that you faced and overcame.
um So I come from a humble background, right? Growing up, you know, one part of the situation was that you have to build something out of yourself, right? Generally, the presence or non-presence of Plan B was something that kind of inculcated that sense that you have to make the most of the opportunities, knock on every door, knock on every opportunity that is available to you. So that kind of you know built that gratitude that, okay, whatever your parents are producing for you, whatever resources that you're getting, just make the best out of them. So I inherently became very frugal, right? From the very start, in terms of what I'm doing, what I'm absorbing, and so on and so forth. I wouldn't per se call it a struggle, just a trait that builds as part of survival instinct, and that played a very huge role in like the way that I consume stuff. Just be nonchalant about what you're pursuing, right? Go for it, right? Don't worry about how many times you'll face a failure. Failure is just a step learning up, and even if you're coming with the background where you don't have a lot of resources, a lot of support, the only thing that can happen from here is upside, right? You might face a lot of failures, things are not working out, but till the time that you're trying, they will work out. It's not a matter of if, it's just a matter of when.
I'm loving all the advice you're giving, and I find it that you're being really humble. I think you sound like a very hardworking person, and you've probably put in a lot more effort than you're saying. So I just wanted to say again that I truly appreciate you for the time you've given today, sharing your experiences. And as we wrap up the meeting, my last question for you would be, what is a piece of advice you would give high schoolers who are aspiring for a better future?
Okay, yeah. First thing is, this time that you're spending in high school is not gonna come back. Enjoy it a lot, right? Career, anything that you want to build, come out of a happiness or a life energy that you feel inside yourself. So don't exhaust yourself thinking how the future looks like. First of all, start living in the present. Become a present person, right? That okay, this is happening now. This is what I want to like. And wherever you'll reach in your career is not decided by a single decision that you make today, right? So when you want to take a risk today, and most of who you would want to in like the age and era that we are living in, don't put a lot of emphasis on that single decision. That's just one tiny decision in a long stack of decisions that you'll be taking in your life. So don't put too much pressure on yourself that okay, is this right, is this wrong? Just go with it and then give it your 100%. And when you look back after a couple of years or so, you'll just realize that was just a non-consequential thing in what you're becoming. So yeah, start learning about delayed gratification, right? Become the person that you want to be in a couple of years now. Start phasing that in yourself, and you will definitely get to where you want to become. Just start looking up to things that you want to do, and read a lot, right? I feel like reading is like that window into perspective of everyone else around you. I found that so fascinating that reading multiple works of some great authors, how impactful they are in shaping up your thinking. You wouldn't believe sometimes the situations that you found yourself into, and in high school you will. Just drawing your inspiration from these work of literatures gives you so much thought, so much passion to follow your heart. So read a lot. Don't put too much pressure on the decision making that you're having. And whatever you decide to do, just give it your 100%. Don't worry about your decision will come out to be right or wrong. Till the time you are giving it your 100%, the chances are you'll build something on top of it. And then the next of the right set of decisions will follow, hopefully.
Well, I really want to thank you so much for all the advice you've given. And as a high schooler myself, I know I'll be keeping it with me. So thank you so much, Mr. Bibo, for being a part of my interview.